4-0 for the first time since 1984. And we all remember 1984, except those of us that were dead in 1984.
Or not alive.
All right, John and Jim with you. We're not born yet. That's a better way to
dead.
put it. John and Jim with you here on the wrap-up show. How about this start for the Padres? And Jim and I deserve some of the credit. We were both there on Saturday, and we were a big reason why they won 1-0. How about the pitching from this team over the last couple of days? Just how about the start from this team? So we're going to react to it all. As you make your way in, please subscribe. All right, please subscribe. We have year-on content for you. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. Smash the like button for us. How many likes do we need tonight, Jim?
300 minimum.
350, okay? Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We see the supers rolling in. We truly appreciate your support. We'll get to all of them. There's good vibes going on with Profar in town, having gotten swept. There are good vibes going on. We appreciate the super chats. We promise we'll get to every single one of them. If you support our work, if you support the channel, if you want to see your comment or question on screen, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, click the $ below the chat box. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. You get custom emojis and badges and more. What a weekend. What a start. I mean, a 4-game series doesn't make a season, but it's a lot better than starting 0-4. And Nick Pavetta, you talk about an AJ Preller masterclass. Now, I know it's been one start, but Nick Pavetta today, capping off what Randy Vasquez did yesterday, timely hitting, 4 wins against Atlanta. I mean, this wasn't Miami. This wasn't Pittsburgh. 4 wins against Atlanta. What a start, Jim. What can you say about these Padres who are 4-0? They'll have Cleveland on Monday night, Jackson Merrill bobblehead, and they'll see if they can get this thing going to 5-0 here tomorrow night.
After the home opener, we talked about it on the radio and the wrap-up show. Like, yeah, you'd want Michael King to have gone deeper in the game, but pretty perfect, home opener. This is the absolute perfect start to their season. Obviously, the doom and gloom offseason had no effect on this club. And it's just a continuation from 2024 as far as the regular season goes. Darnay had the tweet of in the regular season. Let me just pull this up here. And it's kind of wild when you hear this number. The Padres are 47-19 in their last 66 regular season games. 47-19 in their last 66 regular season games. Shout out Darnay. That's incredible. And there are new pieces, obviously, with this team, a lot of new faces, but it just feels like this team's identity from the last 2 months of last year is the team's identity, at least through the first weekend of baseball. I mean, they played pretty damn near flawless this weekend. And today was, I didn't even realize that it was a one hitter. I didn't even realize that
Pavetta faced the minimum.
I know he faced the minimum. The team faced the minimum. And, at the time I didn't think anything of it, the hit, but like looking back, you're like, holy shit, they could have thrown a no-hitter today.
Yeah, you look at this box score, it's incredible. 27 batters faced. I mean, it's truly incredible. And to your point, they were 50-50 last year, and they went 43-19 to close to get to 93-69. They were 50-50, 100 games in. They got smoked in Cleveland the day after the All-Star game. They were 50-50, and they went 43-19 to close. And let's just hope that trend continues. It has continued into the year. We'll see if it continues here coming up as well. Guys, again, we'll get to every single super chat. Please subscribe. There's going to be hundreds of you with us live. There'll be thousands of you with us. Either live or on replay. So please subscribe. Year on content for Padres fans. What a start. Thank you to B for the first super of the night. Very generous. He says he may fall asleep before the stream starts. Long weekend. If you told me King would shit the bed, I don't know if I would start there. Cease would be decent, and we're 4-0 Sunday night. Wouldn't believe it. Grit squad is real. Pods in San Diego FC. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this series. I never would have predicted this. I just wouldn't have. I would have taken a 4 or 5 win homestand, say what an amazing homestand if you get to 4 or 5 wins against teams like Atlanta and Cleveland, but now maybe they can do better than that. It's impossible to predict a sweep against anyone. Remember, they didn't have a sweep, Jim, last year until probably 100 games into the year. That's my guess. because they were 50-50. We kept talking about it. They had chances. They wouldn't close it out. But to complete a 4-game sweep, let alone a 3-game sweep, and to do it against Atlanta, I didn't have any expectation of that heading into this series. None.
I didn't either. Remember in the offseason when they signed Nick Pavetta, and we were talking about Nick Pavetta, they just lost out on Roki Sasaki. I still think Roki has the better upside, and down the line, I think he's going to be a stud. Now, obviously, his first start with the Dodgers was awful.
Yeah, what do you feel like 60 pitches in an inning?
Yeah, I think he was literally. I think that the camera caught him crying in the dugout, and I'm not kidding. Like, I think he was legitimately crying. But we said, yeah, over the course of maybe the rest of his career, 5-6 years, you might want to take Roki. But Nick Pavetta is going to absolutely help this team more this year than Roki was going to help this team this year. And
one start in, we're right.
One start in, you kind of feel that way. And, you mentioned it on the broadcast to Buster Olney and they talked about it a bunch throughout the broadcast, that Nick Pavetta is pitching off the first base side of the rubber, and it just makes the entire plate feel open to Nick. And that was something that he said was because of Ruben Niebla. I mean, this guy's like, in the offseason, they didn't make many moves, but the move they did make was re-signing Nick Pavetta, or not Nick Pavetta, but Ruben Niebla to a long-term contract. And we're all like, that's a huge move. And I just think that Nick Pavetta is going to turn out to be one of those like sneaky, huge signings that at the time we might not have realized it, but over the course of the season, it's going to be really impactful.
He's like on an Ohtani deal. He's making $2 million.
Right.
If you get down to brass taxes here, now he's owed at least 22 or 23 over these 2 years. It's a 4-year deal. That's a 2-year deal. I don't care what it is. He's in a Padres uniform this year. He's making nothing. And he pitches anything like that, and the Padres got an absolute steal in that signing from A.J. Preller. Every so often, thank you for the super chat. He says, even though Arraez has 0 hits, dude is playing premium defense, even got stepped on tonight by Jerks and Profars, hit the ball in the screws a couple of times. Love seeing them play like a team. 4 wins with Arraez being hitless to this point is kind of improbable, and obviously that'll even out, hopefully as soon as this Cleveland series. But again, they are kind of playing like a team, Jim. Like a year ago, they could beat you with pitching. A year ago, they had come from behind wins. They've done a little bit of everything. I mean, the pitching led the way here these last 2 days. We were all worried about them having everyone down on Saturday. No Adam, right? No Suarez, no whomever else. And they win that game 1-0 with their top 3 relievers down. And the way they scratched across that run, by the way, on a ball that hits a pitcher and goes into the dugout, allowing Cronenworth to take second, and then Yuli Gurriel. Right. And then today it's Brandon Locke. I mean, it's just everyone. I mean, we've seen like all 26 of these guys contribute in 4 days. That's ridiculous.
If you would have said the first time through the rotation, well, the first time through the first 4 in the rotation, that Michael King and Dylan Cease would have the 2 worst outings, I'd be like, that's not good.
Right.
And they're 4-0 to start the year. We mentioned how I thought it was important for this team to get out to a fast start this year, just because of the offseason and, kind of died down there once spring training started. But, there was a time it was like, I mean, they're very top heavy, and I'm still concerned about it. Like, don't get me wrong. The stars showed up this week, and it shows you when this team's stars perform, they're going to win a lot of baseball games. But if there's injuries to those guys, or they all have offers, like, that's when the team's going to be really tested, because their depth is still an issue. I think that Schulte played every single move correctly this series. I mean, every move worked for him, right? Martin Maldonado goes out there, he has 2 hits. Pinch hit Yuli Gurriel the other day, gets the game-winning RBI. Gavin Sheets on opening day, game-tying home run, right? Today, Brandon Lockridge, I mean, it's just every move that Schulte made this weekend worked, and it was perfection. So, I mean, the concerns are still there, but if the stars are going to perform like this, and the others are going to have moments like they did this weekend, and the pitching in the bullpen is going to look similar or somewhat, close to this year. This is a good baseball team. How good? I don't know yet, but this is a good baseball team.
Yeah, I mean it's a great start. I still probably would be like temper the expectations a little bit, even though you couldn't ask for anything more than this.
Right.
But
Yeah.
the next time they lose a game, which newsflash probably will happen this season, the first time they lose a series, newsflash will happen this season. We need to understand that over 162, it's nice to run into a series like they just had against Atlanta. I mean, this thing could go a long way. Forget about tiebreakers. Just having 4 wins in hand against a team as good as Atlanta could be valuable down the road, and we'll see if it is or not. But I would temper it. I'm not expecting them to play 800 baseball the first 2 months of the season, but I would take it. I mean, if they go 43-19 to start, like they went 43-19 to finish, then we can have that conversation. Joe Rossi, thank you.
We're talking about 100 wins, dude.
Then we're talking about 200 wins. I'm not concerned. He says concerned about Arraez having no hits in 4 games. If it was anyone else, I wouldn't be worried. No, if it was anyone else, I probably would be worried. Like if you told me Jason Hayward was hitless, I'd be like, well, this guy can't hit. And I think he is hitless. But if you told me Luis Arraez is hitless in 4 games, I'm like, we'll figure something out. I'm not going to question this guy's ability to put bat on ball, which he's done consistently for like 6 years in the big leagues and has won 3 batting crowns. So I have no clue why he didn't have a hit this series, but it's not something I expect to continue, and I don't think he's going to hit all of a sudden 200 because he didn't hit for 4 games.
He started the year 0 for 13 last year with the Marlins, still won the batting title. I think he's going to hit. I think he's going to get at least 1 base hit this year. Would you bet on that, John?
I think he'll have 2. I could see him having 2.
I could see him having like maybe 3.
Exactly.
That's a pretty high number, but I think Luis Arraez is going to have at least 3 hits this year. He could have 3 hits tomorrow. Like I don't have any worry whatsoever with Luis Arraez. Now, if you look up in August, the dude's hitting 260, you're like, what's going on here? Well, maybe sooner than that because August is season's almost over with. Right. That's kind of who he would be. But yeah, dude, no worry at all. I mean, the flip flop of Arraez to second and Tatis to leadoff may have had a little to do with it because Arraez is a leadoff hitter. And so maybe that's a little to do with it.
Maybe. I mean, did you hear them speculating on the broadcast about like because Schilt was interviewed and he's like, not everyone's going to be happy with all the decisions we make, but it's a team. And then they immediately start speculating, oh, we must be talking about Arraez not being happy. I'm like, well, no, I think he's just making a general statement about a team. Guys have to do jobs and fill roles. So you're not always going to get what you want. Like Gavin Sheets on his little league team, he's going to play every day. Gavin Sheets in the big leagues on a team that's trying to win 95 games, you're going to have to play a role. And Luis Arraez batting second, that's like saying that Xander Bogaerts doesn't want to hit wherever he's hitting right now in the lineup. I thought they went a little far there, but the key here isn't Arraez batting second. It's unlocking Tatis's full potential by hitting leadoff, which we have preached from the top of freaking, I don't even know, churches, and sang from the top of hills. Fernando Tatis Jr. is a prototypical modern day leadoff hitter. Nobody would have batted Shohei Ohtani leadoff in 1940, and they wouldn't have batted Fernando Tatis Jr. leading off in 1960. The game's changed. He's a brilliant leadoff hitter. It's not because of these 4 games, although it's further evidence that he's a brilliant leadoff hitter. He should be plugged in there every single time he plays. When he has a day off, that's fine. Luis Arraez can bat leadoff. But 150 times, please be healthy. He can bat leadoff for this team. He can be the table setter for this team. He's got power. He can lead off games with home runs. He's proven that already in the first 4 games of the year. Fernando Tatis Jr. is their leadoff hitter. It's with all due respect to Luis Arraez. Tatis is a better leadoff hitter than Luis Arraez. And Luis Arraez has won batting titles. But Tatis at his best is a better leadoff hitter than Luis Arraez.
100%. Tatis is the guy that you want to get going. He's the guy that is a spark plug. And if you put him in the leadoff spot and he's unlocked there, I'm keeping him in the leadoff spot. I love Luis Arraez. Tatis is more important to have a better season. Like Luis Arraez, I don't have any doubts that he's going to hit around 300. But also, he's not a guy that's ever going to hit 30 home runs, never going to have 100 RBI. He's never going to slug at a high percentage. He's never going to have a 900 OPS. Tatis can have all of that and more. And if that means him in the leadoff spot, then that's what's going to happen. Unlocking Tatis is infinitely more important than having Arraez as your leadoff hitter because he's comfortable there. I'm sorry. That it just is. If Tatis to me, if you told me right now that Arraez is going to hit 320 in the leadoff spot, but 290 in the 2-hole, and Tatis in the leadoff spot was going to hit 320 with 35 home runs, and then instead, if he was in the 2-hole, he hit 280 with 28 home runs, I'm putting Tatis in the leadoff spot every day. Tatis needs to be unlocked, and that's a spot for me that I think is the best for Tatis. So that's where he's going to be.
Like, back to the point that Schilt made, it's a team. Like, again, this is with all due respect. Luis Arraez could end up with thousands of career hits. He could end up a 5-time batting champ or better. At their best, Fernando Tatis Jr. is a better player than Luis Arraez. That's not personal. That's factual. Luis Arraez has no chance of ever earning a contract like Fernando Tatis Jr. He has no chance of impacting a game or, the team the way that Fernando Tatis Jr. at his best has. Look at Tatis's 2021. Like, that's as good of a season as the Padres maybe had in the history of the franchise, or close to, with the 40-plus home runs and the 29 steals and the 100-plus RBIs. Like, if Fernando Tatis Jr. is a 40-home run hitter here, he's one of the most feared hitters in the history of the San Diego Padres. So hopefully we see that here in 2025. Let's get back to the Supers. What do you got?
I was going to say, so far this year, he's got 3 stolen bases, a home run, 2 RBIs, 2 walks. He's only struck out 1 time in the first 4 games of the year. Small sample size, but he's 7 for 15, 5 runs scored. He's slugging 733 with a 1262 OPS in the first weekend of games.
Yeah,
he's your leadoff hitter. He's your leadoff hitter.
And again, Arraez can go 3 for 4 every single game. It's just Tatis can do things that Luis Arraez can't do. Hopefully they both excel.
Yeah.
There's no reason Luis Arraez can't hit as a 2-hole hitter. There's absolutely no reason. So if he's got a bat second, he can certainly hit in that spot. Ballpark Pretzel. Shh. But thank you for the super. Vector 53. Pod sweep. SDFC over LA. What a good weekend. Now, Jim, I gave him credit for 1 Padres win. I should give him one credit for 1 SDFC win over LA because he was at both of these games. He did the unthinkable. He went to both games in the same day.
You're like, wow, it's like climbing every hill in the world.
Continent. I love it, dude. Who would have thought that SDFC would score more than the Padres on Saturday, and they both win?
I tell you what, man, that was a fun experience. Like, to go to the Padres game. Now, there wasn't a lot that happened in that Padres game. You were there.
Jones was asking me, like, is something supposed to happen? I'm like, yes.
It was, I'll say that the environment, and it was very quiet in the ballpark. Like,
it was quiet.
Nothing was happening until I think it was the 7th or 8th inning when they scored that 1 run. Might have been the 7th inning. They scored that 1 run, and now that was it. And then the first half of the SDFC game, I haven't been in many soccer matches in my life, but holy shit, that was an incredible first half. Back and forth, 5 total goals scored in 45 minutes. The place was rocking. Supporter groups just going crazy. The Snapdragon was packed. It was a fun day of sports in San Diego. And if and when this happens again, where the Padres play at like 4:15 and SDFC plays at like 7:30, highly recommend going to both. You won't regret it. Now, this is a situation where like SDFC played LAFC, so it made the game even like to another level.
Yep.
But still, it's highly recommended to do that the next time it happens.
Love that. At 2 wins. James, thank you for the super. By the way, Ballpark Pretzel, I love you, and I appreciate the support of the channel. I just don't want to scream out. I mean, if you want me to do it, I'll do it. I'm doing it for the betterment of the Padres. I don't want to speak it into existence is my point. I'm very what's the word? Superstitious.
There you go.
I spent years on buses in minor league baseball.
What?
I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it.
Okay.
James, thank you. Says ESPN said Tatis talked his way into the leadoff spot. I like the move, but how will Arraez perform in the 2-hole? Seems like it's affecting his swing. No, it can't be affecting his swing. it can't be affecting his swing. I don't think his swing will change. I mean, maybe what you're saying is men are on base in front of him. He's been a great contact hitter. He's been a great clutch hitter and a great hitter with men in scoring position in his career. I know he flied out today, I think, with the bases loaded in the first inning after they'd scratched across a run. I don't think it has any impact on his swing. It might impact his mentals, Jim, but I don't think it could have any impact on his swing.
No, I think this is a situation where people are kind of looking at something to not complain about, but like worry about, because you're like, this is going all too well right now.
Right.
Don't do it, guys. Don't worry. Stop. They're 4-0. They swept the Braves. They play Cleveland tomorrow. Yeah, you would have loved to see Michael King go 7 shutout innings. You would have loved to see Dylan Cease go 7 shutout. You would love to see Luis Arraez, 7 first 15, like Fernando Tatis Jr.
Absolutely.
Just stop it. This is not a time, for me at least, and this is coming from me, guys, to look at anything and be like, oh, I'm concerned. No. The only thing that I am concerned about at this moment is something that I was concerned about for the start of the season, and that is the depth of the team and what happens if, some key players get injured. How is that depth going to work? But if the Stars are playing like this and what, dude, I'm not worried one bit that Luis Arraez hasn't had a hit. I'm not worried one bit that Michael King threw 2 2/3 on opening day. Not worried one bit that at this moment in time, Jason Hayward is awful at the plate, because guess what? They're winning.
That's all that matters. Let's take a moment here. We do need to thank our title sponsor, but before we do that, can you please subscribe? There's over 500 of you here right now live and many more on replay over the next 24 hours. Please subscribe. We got past 8,100 subscribers with your help. I think heading into this show.
Yeah.
We need to get to 10,000 subscribers, we've been saying this season, but we can push to 8,200 subscribers right now with your help. So if you haven't subscribed, please do it right now. If you haven't smashed the like button, Jim says we need to get to 300 tonight. I say 325. Maybe I said 350. Please smash the like button. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. We'll get to all these supers that are rolling in. We appreciate your support of the channel. We also appreciate the support of our title sponsor, Mark Nemitz. We never got this channel off the ground without Mark. And we've been doing this channel for 4 years, and we've been doing the wrap-up show for 6 seasons. This is season number 6 of the wrap-up show. If you have an insurance need, get in contact with Mark. Simple as that. Native San Diegan, lifelong Padres fan, right here in San Diego. Whatever it is, homeowners, life, earthquake, I've got those 3 policies. He does auto, he does renters, he does everything. Click the link in the description down below. What separates Mark is his service and communication. If you ever need him, I've needed him a lot over the years. He'll be there for you immediately. He'll talk to you about the Padres. He'll save you money in your insurance. Before you renew, call Mark. Let him save you money. And again, what separates him is when you need him, he is there for you. You can call, you can email, you can text. Mark will be there for you. So whatever it is, click that link in the description down below. Get free quotes online. Get free quotes by calling Mark. He'll talk to you about the Padres. I promise you that after their 4-0 start. So if you support this channel, please support a native San Diegan, a lifelong Padres fan, our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information is on that ticker down below. See his email address scrolling by there right now, mnimitz@farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the wrap-up show sent you.
Mark, appreciate you. And again, click that link in the description down below, like Jim just said. Richard, appreciate you. Longtime supporter of the channel, also a Dodger fan. He says, watched all of the NL West, not sold on the Giants. I have San Diego finishing ahead of Arizona. If SD can stay healthy, NL West will be a war. Love Merrill. Merrill's awesome. Merrill's awesome. He's been consistently awesome for his time in the big leagues.
Yeah.
I hope the NL West is a war. I really do. I hope the NL West is a war. I can't say that off one weekend, but I can hope for that. So that's my hope. What's
the saying of like the ships and the rising tide or whatever it's called?
A rising tide lifts all boats.
There you go. I think the National League West could turn out to be the best division in baseball. Could.
Okay. I mean, I like that.
We'll see. Mm-hmm. But 2 of the only undefeated teams in baseball are both in the NL West right now.
Interesting. Yep. Yeah.
Giants just won a series in Cincinnati. I don't think the Reds are going to be good. Cubs are going to be good, and they just split with the D-backs. Rockies, I could care less about. They're awful. I don't even know who they played this weekend. You could ask me to have 5 guesses. I have no clue who
No
the Rockies
idea.
played. No idea. 0 clue.
Let's see. How about Tampa in Tampa?
I had 0 clue. No idea.
Me too.
Because I don't care.
I just said it and I forget.
Who is it?
Exactly.
Yeah, National League West could be insane. I'm not counting out the Giants at all. I think
No, you shouldn't count anyone out other
No.
than Colorado.
right. D-backs with Burns and Merrill and Gallen, and just, they have good offense as well. They're going to put up a lot of runs. Dodgers may start the year 50-5. They're just not going to lose. And the Padres are a good baseball team too, so it's going to be a dogfight. But it's extremely early. I hate doing this, but like after the first weekend, it's like, all right, there's probably going to be 3 teams out of the National League West in the postseason.
Too early to say that.
Very early, I know. Yeah, it's just
it's a
on
possibility.
On paper, you're just like,
definitely
this is a good division.
It's a good super chat from JD Gacho early. He says only weekend blemish was Eric Olin. He's the head coach at UCSD going to New Mexico. I do like that, JD Gacho. Thank you for your longtime support of the channel. I think it's a good hire, by the way. HBBBV, you want to get into this? He says, thank you for the super. He says, Manny faked an injury to go to SDFC with Profar. Randy needs his, what is that, Jim?
Flowers.
Yeah, he can have his flowers. I mean, we didn't do a show last night, but they needed someone to give them length, and they got it with Randy Vasquez. Not only length, they didn't allow a run.
He's fantastic.
Scoreless.
Even though he threw like 50 balls and 50 strikes.
Yeah, he walked the first 2 batters, and didn't even allow a run. He walked the first 2 batters of the game, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, they're not winning this game. They have no bullpen available to them. This is the day that Atlanta breaks out. They didn't even score a run in the entire game. So Randy Vasquez was terrific. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Randy Vasquez threw 92 pitches, 48 strikes. And he walked 4, gave up only 4 hits, struck out 3. And the Braves offense is struggling, but there is no way the Braves offense is going to look like this later in the year. Like, they're going to get Acuna back.
Exactly.
Olsen and Ozuna and Profar and Riley and Albies. Like, I'm sorry, anybody would want that top 5 if a batting order. They're going to hit. It just, for, Padres pitching this weekend just bested them and was damn near perfect this weekend, you could say. Like, literally, other than King and Cease, the pitching was perfect, right?
I would say everything was perfect other than the Padres as a team not using torpedo bats. Like the only, in fact, Manny even commented about the bats during the interview with Carl Ravitch and the Sunday Night Crew. And he's saying, like, send them over here. And I did read an article tonight that said, well, the bats are completely legal and the Yankees have been using them. All 30 teams have now inquired about these bats. So
they just said on the broadcast, the Braves got some bats being delivered to them for this week.
Good thing they didn't come Thursday.
The torpedo bat is so interesting.
It is,
because technically it's fully legal, right?
100%. It's not even a question. It's not a question because everything has to do with length and weight.
Okay.
For bats. So and it fits within whatever the specification would be to make it. So
here's my thing: is if the hitters around baseball that like aren't good, and they start using this, and then they start becoming good at the plate, then this thing is going to be used for everybody.
We can't say it, but maybe Milwaukee's pitching staff sucks, and everyone knows that it's the greatest home run hitting park in baseball, Yankee Stadium. So you can't say anything off one series. But it is a little suspicious, is it not?
The Yankees hit 75 home runs this weekend.
It seems like it.
15, like, give or take a few. Now, not every player in the lineup was using torpedo bats. Aaron Judge said, I've been doing fine just using my regular bats. And he hit 4 home runs this weekend. Yeah, so you can't say that Aaron Judge got benefit because he wasn't using it. But if all of a sudden Manny starts using torpedo bats, oh my God, Tatis and you're like,
I mean,
what the
I don't know.
fuck? Like they start hitting
I need to do more research on
bombs.
it.
Like I know I need to see a batting practice with these guys using torpedo bats, just to like see like what's going on. I need to see their reaction too. I need to see their
I just don't
reaction
get
to using.
why does it like widen out on the sweet spot of the bat? Like, how is that permissible that you have a bat that like widens out in that area? It just seems odd. It's very odd looking.
Yeah.
It looks like a fungo bat a little bit that they hit ground balls to during infield. But
A little
I don't
bit.
know. A little bit. It's got some weird characteristics to it. And the way that it was described by Michael Kay on the broadcast was hilarious. It's like the Yankees, they figured out that they could just put more of the bat in the sweet spot and make it more explosive. And everyone's like, wait, excuse me? Like, that's not allowed. And that's not what they did. And the Yankees don't make their own bats because that's completely illegal. So a bat maker makes the bats that are either within or not within the rules. And the bats are within the rules of Major League Baseball.
Yeah, there's no part of me that's like, this is illegal. Stop the Yankees. No, my first part was like, wait, that can't be legal. And then when you find out it is legal, my next reaction is, why aren't the Padres using these things? Like,
I mean, I'd be all
if the Yankees can do it.
Well, would you be cool with it if this was some outlier year and all of a sudden everyone was hitting 50 home runs? Would we be cool with it? Well, I might be. Whatever.
I mean, look, we have to wait because it is a weekend and it is at Yankee Stadium, and the Brewers could be awful.
And the Yankees lineup is legitimate and has Aaron Judge in it.
Yeah, but when you see like Jazz Chisholm hitting bombs and then Paul Goldschmidt, who like 140 last year. Well, he didn't hit 140, but you get my point. He's just, raking right now as their leadoff hitter, which is kind of crazy. Like if I just look here, the Yankees scored. They scored
20 runs yesterday.
They scored 12 runs today. Here's the top of the Yankees lineup. All right, ready for this?
Yeah.
So Paul Goldschmidt's hitting 417. Cody Bellinger's hitting 400 on the year. Aaron Judge 545. Jazz Chisholm 417. The bat's not helping Anthony Volpe because he's only hitting 167. Trent Grisham,
it's a little bit of a small sample size.
Hey, Trent Grisham, our boy, small sample size, but in 5 at bats, he's hitting 400 on the year.
Has he hit homered?
No, he has not. And these are small sample size. Their DH, what's his name? Ben Rice. It's in 500. So again, it could be the Brewers pitching sucks, but I mean, the top of their lineup, dude, 417, 400, 544, 417. You're like, whoa, dude.
It's early.
Judge has an OPS of 2,461 to the first 4 games of the year.
It's good. He's not
3 games of the year. Sorry.
I don't think. Taco Bell call 911. Thanks for the super. Guys, if you're here, subscribe. You're on content for baseball and Padres fans. So please subscribe. And thank you for the super chats. Click the $sign below the chat box. He says, do you think Ethan Salas will start any games this year? Honestly surprised Campy isn't on this roster. He has promised to be a better hitter. I think they're more concerned clearly with calling games in the defense than they are with the hitting possibilities out of that spot. And I'd be shocked if Ethan Salas played 1 game for the San Diego Padres in 2025.
I would be, yes, shocked. Clearly this team has chosen to go defense, and if it works and these guys are good behind the plate, then so be it. They hit 200. And I even think if they hit 200, if Maldonado hit 200, they would take it. They would take it in a heartbeat. And to the first 4 games, like, their catchers have not been an issue at all at the plate. Like, they've actually put up together some good at bats. Diaz drew a walk. Like, how many walks does he have? I think he drew a walk today, and then, what did he do? Yeah, Diaz went 1 for 3 with a walk today. He's been 500 on the year. Martin Maldonado, yesterday, or not yesterday, but 2 nights ago, he had 2 hits. Again, they have went the route of defense, and whatever offense they get from them is a cherry on top. Like it doesn't matter. Now I do think like of the three guys that we were talking about is like their time could be short on this team, and I don't think they make it to the end of the year. I mean, Jason Hayward's a guy that I'm like, besides defense, I don't know if he's going to do anything at the plate.
I don't know. We'll see how worried they are. They might slow play it if the team is having success. If they
For
don't
sure,
have better
success
options.
is fine.
If
Who
they're
cares?
platooning, which they are, the position, I think it'll be slow played. I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon. Harv, thank you for the super from overseas. We appreciate that. This is interesting. So as I decipher it, a top 5 bullpen, top 5 to 10 starters, top 10-ish lineup, and analysts put Mets, Reds, and Cubs over us in the National League wild card. LOL was 95% sure we were better, but now I'm 130% sure. Now I don't know if everyone's putting the Cubs over the Padres in the National League wild card race. I think the Cubs might win their division, but
Reds are not going to.
And the Reds, I don't think we're in that conversation. I was going to say not the Reds. I think you're talking about. Let's simplify it. It's Mets, Phillies, Braves on one side, even with the Braves 0-4 start. In the West, it's obviously LA, San Diego, Arizona. Shoot, we can say San Francisco if we want. And then let's just say the central winner. There's not a central wild card. Let's just assume that.
It's the
Cubs. You got
the
3 in the East, and the 3.5, let's say, in the West. And those are the teams that are going to qualify for the postseason.
Yeah. Yeah. The Cubs, I would be surprised if they don't win the Central. There's not going to be 2 teams from the Central in the postseason. There just won't be. Even though the Braves are 0-4, I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to win some baseball games this year. And Mets and Phillies are going to be there as well. And so the thing is, if the Dodgers win 110 games, and you don't win 111, you're going to be in the wild card mix.
Right.
And I fully expect them to be in the wild card mix. Again, I'm not paying attention to the Dodgers. The only time I'll pay attention to the Dodgers really is if late in the year, say in middle of August, the Padres are within a handful of games of the Dodgers or within striking distance.
Right.
Then we can talk. Then the division kind of feels like go for it, right? But at this moment in time, I'm looking at what the D-backs and the Giants and the Phillies and the Mets and the Braves are doing early on. Those are the teams that you got to worry about, and we got to worry about them the entire year to be truthful.
Okay, HBBV had a super that I didn't pull up because I didn't know if it was like offensive or not. So he followed up with this. He says, I hope Profar takes home runs at Dodger Stadium because he's returning to Dodger Stadium tomorrow. No doubt. That's great. I hope he hits 5.
Wild. Dude, the Braves opening with the Padres and Dodgers.
Dude, what if they start 0-7? Like that's a hole.
Then you might have to worry about the Braves a little bit.
Yeah. They can start 0. They're not going to
start. They're theoretically a good team, right?
Yes, absolutely. Their lineup is a legitimate lineup. The pitching should be good, dude. Their pitching's not bad. It shouldn't be bad.
I mean, they lost Max Fried, but you're getting Spencer Strider back. You're getting Ronald Acuna back in that lineup. I think once those 2 guys come back, and if they're healthy, I think the Braves could take off a little bit.
Hey, Profar, maybe a little less Major League Soccer and a little more like winning as a team. Didn't say it about Manny.
I'm cool with him doing all the soccer and no winning as a team.
Yeah, that too. Keaton, appreciate the super. He says, will they bring we're talking about David Peralta?
Oh, David.
Back. Not Wandy, right? Because he's here. I don't think so. I think you're kind of the haze in the barn, isn't it, at this point?
Who would you rather have, David Peralta or Jason Hayward?
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I agree with where you're going. But they don't. But they already have Hayward.
I know.
So yeah, I mean, Peralta's last year I'd rather have than Hayward to this point. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's fair. I mean, is that a possibility? Is Peralta anywhere?
He's nowhere. He's on his couch.
That's crazy.
Hey, they did it last year. They brought guys from their couch.
I know. That's a possibility at some point. That's interesting. I hadn't thought
Peralta
about
had
it.
success here.
So early.
It's so early, but he had success here. You kind of thinking to yourself,
Absolutely.
like, why didn't they bring him back? And why did they get Hayward? Now it's again so early on. Hayward could turn into an all-star. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, you could have brought Peralta back for the same. Dude,
remember I texted you?
Yeah.
I texted you this. It's like, Jim, I love the wrap-up show. I'm like, I'm John. And then Kristen was cracking up.
For some reason, it happens a lot with us.
It does. It happens a lot. Appreciate you. Appreciate that.
But it's okay.
There were a lot of people that came up to us yesterday, said hello. So we appreciate you guys.
Yes, thank you. Thank you to all of the.
Oh, I should be thanking Jim for the banana. The highlight of the homestand has not been the winning. It's the banana bread pudding.
Dude.
It's now available in Seaside Market down the first base line that Jim picked up. They were sold out before the game. Jim went mid-game, picked up 2 banana bread puddings, brought one for Kristen and Jones and I. It was just Kristen and Jones. You know me. And then Jim had the other. That thing, I didn't touch it, but it looked spectacular.
It's like Jones's favorite thing on the planet.
It's the greatest thing. He was talking about it today. He's like, can we go back? I'm like, oh, did you like the game? He's like, the game was awful, but the banana bread pudding. I'm like, I'm with you. It was scoreless until like the 7th inning, but the banana bread pudding was great.
You have got, whenever you guys go to a Padres game this year, and if you like bananas, and you like bread, and you like pudding, and you like wafers,
you gotta like it. You can't not like it, right?
I'm not a big banana guy.
It's good,
but whoa, get the banana bread pudding in the baseball cap. It's at Seaside Market. Just go in. It's in like where all like the desserts are in there, and just ask for a banana bread pudding. It's delicious, and it's only like $8. And you get a little Padres souvenir hat that it comes in, and then you get the banana bread pudding. It's great.
Dude, we went to guest services and they like laughed at us. Like everyone is asking, where's the banana bread pudding?
Everybody
they should start selling banana bread pudding like rally towels. This thing's going to catch on like wildfire.
Dude, our buddy Armando was messaging me because he went to the game today, and he's like, bro, where's that banana bread pudding?
I'm saying.
And I told him, and he's like, dude, this is the most amazing thing ever. I was like, dude.
I'm telling you. Oh, Jeff, thank you. You came up to me. Right after Jeff came up to me, there was a young guy, like a 19-year-old, that gave Jones a BP ball. But Jeff, it was nice to meet you. He said, I got to meet John as well on Saturday. I still can't believe he didn't know what a work wife meant. Yeah. He's like, where's your work wife? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
If you said work husband, it might have hit John.
Probably.
Because work wife, you're probably thinking
Jeff,
of a woman.
I'm naive to everything.
Correct.
Pleasure to meet you.
Correct. Yeah.
Appreciate you coming up and saying hi. And next time you're at Petco, pick up banana bread pudding.
Get the banana bread pudding at Seaside Market. Nothing doing pudding. Yeah.
Let's get back to this conversation in a moment. Guys, if you are here, you're a Padres fan or a baseball fan, pick one of these puppies up. Now that the season is back, this is a MOVA Globe, now available for all 30 teams, including the Padres, by clicking the link in the description down below. And if you use promo code PWS10, that's PWS10, you're going to get 10% off. These are officially licensed. This technology of spinning globes in artificial or natural light was invented in Cardiff by the Sea, right here in North County. They have offices in San Diego. They're terrific, terrific products. They really all are. All 30 teams, no matter your fandom, they have it for you. Great birthday gift idea. Great for the baseball fan in your life. Great for a home office, a work office. Your families are going to love them. They have globes beyond the MLB globes as well. Earth globes, planetary globes, Corinna Nebula globes, whatever that means. So if you're looking for a gift for the baseball fan in your life and you want 10% off, click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10. That's PWS10 and pick one of these puppies up. Look at that thing. Look at that detail.
Yeah, get a MOVA Globe today, guys. Use our promo code in the description.
This is
below.
what the ball looks like to the Yankees so far.
Just a giant globe.
Just freaking 10 inches meatball.
Dude, just a giant MOVA Globe just coming down the middle of the plate.
So true.
Oh, man.
Dude, the last time and only time the Padres are 4-0, he always scares me. The last time and only time the Padres are 4-0 is 1984. The last time and only time. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, John, that is crazy.
Because that it's only been done one time. 57 seasons. Only been done one other time. I mean, we're not talking about 10-0. We're talking about 4-0.
That's the MOVA Globe logo, Chad.
What's he asking?
He's like, what's the logo on the top right of the stream? That's the MOVA Globe.
Yeah, the one not this way.
It's like over here. Yeah, that's MOVA Globe.
That's MOVA.
Right here's Underdog.
That's Mark Nimitz.
That's Mark Nimitz. And then there soon will be another one right there.
Are we sure that's for wrap up as opposed to John and Jim?
I'm pretty sure it's for wrap up.
Okay.
But stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah. It's big. It's big.
It's very big. It's very big.
It's huge.
What sticks out today? I mean, Jason Adam, Jeremiah Estrada, Robert Suarez. You kind of love the back of this bullpen. We didn't see Suarez today, but you just love the potential of holding leads. Again, they had a larger lead today, but whatever. They held it. And then just this lineup. I mean, it's the guys we spent all spring talking about, like, oh, do they have the depth? Oh, do they have the bench? And then Gavin Sheets has started really well. And then Brandon Lockridge comes on and has a pinch hit RBI. And the catching that we talked about all spring long has been good, right? It's like all the things that we've doubted Preller on for the last 2 seasons, not ever, but the last 2 seasons. I'm not saying he's had the last laugh, but he's gotten right. Like, that's what I would say. Oh, the Padres depth a year ago or their bench a year ago. He got that right. His signings a year ago, his trades, Dylan Cease, Luis Arraez. And now this bench that he's put together, again, 4 games in, it's like, I don't know. It's like everything you question about Preller, he seemingly has been able to get right over this last season plus.
Yeah, through the offseason with the lack of moves and not re-signing Profar and, no clear upgrade or replacement in left field, and they have Hayward there instead. The lack of movement was not because of Preller. It was all because he was handcuffed by ownership and not being able to spend money. Now, he figured out ways to creatively get Nick Pavetta, and that was a masterclass. We'll see if it pans out. Through one start, you're like, holy shit. And Preller the last 2 off seasons has really had to go in his bag and create magic out of scraps. It's like the Chop show where he opens a basket and it's like a bunch of shit and he has to make a gourmet meal. And last season he did that, and it was literally 5 stars, perfection, Michelin star dish. This year he's going to have to do the same. Now, Nick Pavetta is not a scrap. He's a really good pitcher, a really good guy that you can have on your team if he's a number 4 or even a number 3. But if you're asking him to be your ace, probably not that great. So, there was no criticism of Preller in the offseason. It was more or less like, hey, ownership, whoever's in charge, give Preller some money to go out and do some things. But so far, it feels like when Preller's, handcuffed with no money, it's almost like he's doing really well the last 2 seasons. So far.
Do I have this right? Did Pavetta throw 82 pitches in 7 innings?
He could have. Yeah, he could have. Yeah. He was cruising, dude.
82 pitches, and he threw 57 strikes. So 70% of his pitches were strikes. And yeah, of course he was cruising, as we've talked about, because he had 1 hit in 7 innings, and the 3 pitchers combined to face the minimum because Atlanta sent just 27 to the plate in the game. I mean, that's absurd. That is honestly Sunday Night Baseball, and Atlanta's on the cusp of getting swept heading into this game, and they have 1 hit. Man, that's really impressive what the Padres did. If we were doing a Braves wrap-up show tonight, I'd be like, what on earth? I'd be like, we didn't show up. We haven't scored in forever. It's Sunday Night Baseball. We had 1 hit. Dude, hit the reset button. We're not, thankfully, doing a Braves wrap-up show.
Yeah, that wrap-up show is not great. Even Snitker was like, yeah, 0-4, that's pretty bad.
He says he's going to retire.
Yeah, he's like, oh, we got swept by the Padres. Gonna retire.
I might retire at the end of the year. Dude, it's March.
I want every team the Padres sweep this year, their manager after the series be like, I might retire now.
Right? Dude, it's March and you're already talking about being out at the end of the year.
It's a good point by HBBV. Atlanta's lost now 6 in a row at Petco Park, dating back to the postseason. Think about that.
Shit, it might be longer than that.
Maybe.
Depending on what the last series before the postseason was, but maybe it's 6. I don't know. I feel like the Padres have played the Braves well. Even in the regular season, they took 3 out of 4 in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. They've done that a couple of times here in recent years, where the Braves will be rolling against teams other than the Padres. That's definitely played out a couple of times recently.
For sure. You're right about that. They have had the Braves number the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Good.
I thought the Profar, I was very intrigued by the Profar dynamics, but again, it worked out perfectly for the Padres, there was that weird moment. You saw it when Arraez got stepped on at first.
I did, yeah.
And Profar was like, my bad, and like put his arms around him, hugged him, but Arraez did not seem really up for it, probably because he just had been cleated, which is not an ideal situation. I think it was all good. Profar absolutely didn't intend to do it, and there was nothing. It was just an odd situation because Arraez was, it was just a little bit of an odd situation. But dude, I think Profar is good. Listen, Profar and the Padres, he's forever going to be attached to the Padres. Is the way I look at it.
He was hanging out with Padres like the last two nights.
I know. He loves
like he's playing for the Braves, and then he's just like hanging out with Manny at SDFC, and probably went out to dinner with former
before
teammates.
After. Yeah.
So he's going to the other dugout. Like that just tells you like the dude would have loved to stay here. They just weren't willing to give that money, and I think he was worth it, but some other people don't think of that. So.
Yeah, there was some dude sitting in front of me that was like heckling Profar the whole game. I'm like, give it a rest. The Padres didn't offer him $42 million. Like, it's not his fault. He can't offer himself a contract. Like, come on, man. He gave a lot to San Diego. He should be celebrated for his time here, and he was. I saw the ovations. He was celebrated here by and large. I think it was just someone that was drunk.
It's just the typical fan that once a player leaves their team,
you're a traitor. He kept saying he's a traitor. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Specifically San Diego. They're like, fuck you. I hate your guts. Like, everyone's, shitting all over Juan Soto. Like, Juan Soto got traded. Now, he wasn't going to resign here, but still. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm with you on whatever. In terms of getting off to a better than 4-0 start, okay, Isaac.
Yeah, who right now in the chat, if you've been to a game this year, it's only 4. If you've been to a game, who's had the banana bread pudding, and what do you think of it? Because I think it's amazing, and I mean, I haven't tried all their new items yet. I haven't tried what other stuff do they have? Like a special hot dog or whatever. I don't know. The banana bread pudding to me, that kind of takes the cake. No pun intended.
I like that. Takes the cake.
It takes the cake. Yeah.
I mean, it was sold out, so some people have tried it. I know that it was sold out before.
There's the problem though. They have the banana bread pudding, but there's only like 15 in there at a time.
There's like 10. It's like, guys, there's 50,000 people at the game. Like and they sell it in the Padres like plastic cap, which is great. Keep the cap. Things unbelievable. Can they do better than 4-0 here with Cleveland coming? Cleveland just won 2 out of 3 in Kansas City. Cleveland was in the postseason a year ago. Cleveland just sneaky good. We are going to see Kyle Hart make his Padres debut tomorrow. Can he keep up what's been kept up these first 4 games? It's the Jackson Merrill bobblehead night. The place will be absolutely packed. Another sellout, I'm sure, is expected as they look to get to 5-0. Did they get to 5-0 in 84, or was it 4-0 before they lost? I don't know what happened in the 5th game.
I don't know, John. I wasn't alive then, so.
You were dead.
No, I just wasn't born yet. I wasn't dead.
Right. I guess it's hard to say it that way. You're right.
Yeah, you can't be like, oh, dude, you were dead in 1984. I wasn't even alive in 1984. I wasn't born yet, so I can't be dead.
Well, you weren't alive.
Okay,
but that's a good point.
It's not. Now,
they lost. They lost their 5th game to the Cubs, you may recall, on that Sunday. Remember that Sunday, April 8th game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that very well.
They lost 8-5 and 10.
Oh, okay, cool.
In front of 24,000 people in a ballpark. I don't know where the ballpark was. It was at home. They played in front of 24,000 starting 4-0.
Man, imagine the wrap-up shows back then.
Oh, I'd be like, guys, come on, support this.
Where
team.
Are we at?
We're 4-0.
Okay, so the thing that I'm looking for in the Cleveland series is the health of Jose Ramirez. He did not play today for the Guardians. Is he going to be available this series against the Padres? That's my question going into this series, is the health of Jose Ramirez. So
it's a huge question.
Yeah. But like you said, the Guardians, took the series from Kansas City. Still have really good talent in the lineup, but Josh Naylor's not there anymore. He's now in Arizona. Jose Ramirez, we'll see if he plays in this series. The There is one player on the Guardians that has always killed the Padres, and that's Carlos Santana. So
yeah, no relation.
No. So that's what you gotta look out for come up in this series. But yeah, I think they can absolutely go 5-0. I think I mean, I would take a series win right now. I don't care if they lose a game. They're gonna lose a game at least one time this year, theoretically. Now you get greedy. Like we talked about on Friday. Like you get greedy. You started the season 4-0. You take a series versus Cleveland. You start the season 6-1.
Dude, 6-1 would be incredible. Where are they going after this? Cubs? Where else?
Yeah, Chicago and where are they going, John?
That's my question.
Chicago and they're playing the A's in Oakland.
Yeah, they're going
in Sacramento. I was wondering what the ATH stand for.
Wait, they go from Chicago to Sacramento?
Yeah, so they go to Chicago, Sacramento. They come home. They play the Rockies and the Cubs again. And then Houston, Detroit, Tampa, and the Giants to finish off the month of April.
Read all 162.
Okay, and then Pittsburgh and the Yankees and the Rockies is a 9-game road trip. And then you come home and you the middle of May, you have a 6-game homestand against the Angels and Seattle, the first games of the Vetter Cup. All right, so those are huge, important games. Then you're going to go on the road starting on May 20th for a 6-game road trip to Toronto and Atlanta. After that, you're coming home for a 6-game homestand against Miami and the Postgame Pittsburgh Pirates. Then a nice little 7-game road trip through San Francisco and Milwaukee. Then we finally get to a Dodger series, finally, in June, on June 9th.
What are the probables? What are the probables for that series?
Well, John, let me look for you real quick. It's TBD versus TBD, so I don't know. But as of right now, it's the battle of the unbeatens. Really weird kind of schedule here in June, John. I don't know if you knew this, but you start the month by finishing off a 3-game series against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then, like I said, you go on the road for 7 in San Francisco, Milwaukee. Then you're home for 3 against the Dodgers. But get this, after that off day on that Thursday, you go back on the road for another 7-game road trip against Arizona and the Dodgers. So 14 of 17 games, they're on the road. That's a little that's a little quirk there. Then
where are we? What's the date?
We're at June 20th.
Keep going.
Do you really want me to? Okay. All right, June 20th. You come home, 6-game homestand versus the Royals and the Nationals. Remember what happened on the National Series last year? But again, Profar's not here, so probably won't see the same fireworks. And Jesse Winker, that tool, I don't know where he's at, but he's not with them anymore. Then you play a 6-game homestand 6-game road trip against the Reds and Phillies. Then we're coming up on the last homestand before the All-Star break, and it's a doozy, John. You have a 10-game homestand to finish off the first half. 3 against Texas, 4 against Arizona, and 3 against the Phillies. Then we're at the All-Star break. And then, because, that's the Comic-Con weekend after the All-Star break, they always have a long road trip coming out. Did you mute yourself? Okay. So then,
I was listening to something.
Okay. Then coming out of the All-Star break, right? Long road trip. 3 in Washington, 3 in Miami, 4 in St. Louis. 10-game road trip out of the All-Star break. We all know what happened to start the All-Star, came out of the All-Star break last year. That's when they went on a huge run. Exactly. All you're hearing is sweep, 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 sweep. I mean, this team is literally at this point in time, like 95-2. Then to end the month of July into the trade deadline. All right. Into the trade deadline, a reunion of Juan Soto back at Petco Park. They face the Mets for 3, and they get into August after the trade deadline, 3 against St. Louis. I know, 162. This is great. Go on the road starting on August 4th against Arizona. They come home for a weekend series against Boston. That'll be fun. Then they go on the road for 6 against the Giants and the Dodgers, the final matchup between the Dodgers in 2025, which is kind of weird. Then they come home for a 7-game, 7-game homestand between the Giants And then this is the final time they play the Dodgers in the regular season, which is August 22nd through August 24th. Right now, the probables for that game are TBD versus TBD, but 6:40 start time on that Friday, 5:40 start time on that Saturday, and a 1:10 start time that might be elevated into Sunday Night Baseball on August 24th. Then they go on a 6-game road trip to Seattle and Minnesota. Then we start September, guys. This team in September, I mean, we're looking at like 120-10 at this moment in time. Baltimore for 3. That'll be a fun series. They could be a really good team. Colorado for 3 on the road. Then they come home. They have a 7-game homestand versus the Reds and the Rockies. They can make up some ground there with the Rockies, Reds, and Rockies. Then they go on the road. Mets for 3 and the White Sox for 3. Okay. White Sox, I think, are going to be awful again. Then they finish up the year with a 6-game homestand against the Milwaukee Brewers. And this series could be pivotal for their playoff positioning. 3 to end the year against Arizona. So we have reached September 28th, the ending of their season. John, what do you think of their schedule and what games are you looking forward to?
Wait, can you read it again? Because I forgot
Dude,
who they played to start June.
that was a bit that I didn't expect to go that far, and somehow it did.
Listen, I think after hearing that schedule, there's no reason why they can't win this division.
Oh, man.
Did someone see you in a grocery store today?
What grocery store? Because I was at a grocery
Did you
store.
go to a grocery store today?
I did go to a grocery store. Are you talking about corn?
Probably you.
Man?
And I am drinking tap water.
So you're gonna die.
Yeah, nice water glass.
Yep, I was there. Bro, if you see me, just come up, say hi. Don't worry about it.
Nobody's scared to come up and say hi. He might have just been like getting like lettuce with his
I don't know. Maybe
girlfriend.
he's like, is that John?
Probably.
Yeah. No, but I was there. I was the one in Cardiff. Yeah, I was there. Well, hi, C-Man.
What about
Yeah, they're 4-0. We're just like ripping off the entire schedule.
This is great. All right, we're going to get back to it in a moment. I do want to remind our viewers about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. I love how this graphic doesn't perfectly fit the screen, by the way, Jim. That's so me.
I mean,
listen,
what do we
code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. And you're going to get a free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. If you support the channel, if you're playing fantasy sports, use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP at Underdog Fantasy. It couldn't be simpler. It couldn't be easier. You can play across all sports. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. It is the best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. It really is. The pick'ems are so simple and easy. They're giving you one of 2 picks free. You pair that with a second.
you idiot. When you do that, that's the dimensions.
I don't freaking know.
If I left this up to, if I just
Boom.
did all,
Thank you.
there you go.
There,
oh,
it.
perfect. Look at that.
All right. How about that, Tyler? I was just breaking it down in Canva or Photoshop while I was talking. You can win up to 1,000 times your money in a single night. Just use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Couldn't be easier. Couldn't be simpler. Play along. You can win hundreds of dollars. We've had $500, $600, $700 wins on Underdog. You can win thousands on Underdog. So signing up couldn't be easier, Jim. Just click the link in the description down below.
I did say Cardiff. I meant Coronado. Sorry. I was in Coronado today. Shopping.
You were in Coronado supermarket shopping?
Yes, I was.
Why?
Because this store is really good. I see Will Holder there all the time.
Is it called Vaughn's?
No, it's not called Vaughn's.
Is it called Ralph's?
No, it's called Bayside. It's the Bayside Market in Coronado.
Oh, banana bread?
No. It's great. They have like all organic stuff there. It's like really healthy. So it's a really good store. I like it a lot. They have a good deli.
Okay, I'll go.
You would love it because it's all like
50
healthy
minutes.
Yeah, it takes you an hour to get there.
A little far from where I am. But I'd love to go. Honestly, I love Coronado. I'd love to go.
Yeah, Bonnie's Bayside is great.
Before the show. Irie Fan Geek, we have some supers to catch up to. Guys, if you are here, please subscribe. We've had a number of you subscribe here tonight. If you have not yet subscribed, please do that, whether you're here live or on replay. We are here for you in season and out of season, and the Padres are 4-0 for the first time since I was 4. So subscribe for me, for my childhood.
4?
Yeah, I was 4 in 84. Irie Fan Geek, thank you, says, I like how Manny hits an RBI double right after coming out of the game yesterday, and his problem is coming through in the playoffs. Come on, Manny, put haters to rest. Well, he can't do it yet, but when we fast forward to October, hopefully he can get this team to the postseason and then put some haters to rest in the postseason.
What I like now, again, I still think it rings true as Manny goes, the team goes, but Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr. can definitely pick up any slack. Like, they can lead this team, especially Jackson Merrill. That kid, he's just so freaking impressive. Every day you're like, this guy's the best. I mean, yesterday we were watching the game. We were sitting next to each other in the stands, and what did he do? He did something where, like, this greatest player ever. Like, he's like
I think it was like a single.
Probably a single, yeah. And it was just like nothing was happening. Gets a single, gets on. You're like, this kid is just so freaking unbelievably good.
100%. He's special. He is special. He really is. Sam D, we talked about this earlier, and we appreciate the super. It says Arraez started 0 for 13 last year.
Yeah.
What is he right now?
I think he's 0 for 13 or 0 for 14.
That's early.
Like, he's gonna have
Love it.
600 at bats this year.
Yeah. It's early. But thank you, Sam D. And JD Goucher says D-backs had 8-run 8th inning versus the Cubs, included a pinch hit RBI single from Ryan Nelson, his first Major League AB. What the hell is Ryan Nelson pinch hitting for? That's interesting. I didn't realize that. That's bizarre. I don't know the circumstance that played out. They'd use position players. Who knows? Okay. The more you know, Jim. What's the Diamondback schedule this year?
Funny you asked, John.
No, don't even think about it.
No, I will not do that. I promise I won't put anybody through that.
Is this true?
I was at a coffee shop today.
Jesus Christ. Were you in Mission Valley? Were you everywhere today?
I was at a coffee shop. I swear to
God.
Was
it in Mission Valley?
Yeah.
Come on.
I swear, dude. Now, maybe they looked at my Instagram, but I was at a coffee shop.
Definitely looked at your Instagram. There's no way HBBBV didn't come up to you. He's been super chatting us for a decade.
I was at Bocce Coffee in San Diego. Did anybody know that? It's like a speakeasy place. Fantastic. Yeah, it was fine.
Just endorse everyone for free. That should be your new.
It was fine, Jim. Like, where in the world is Waldo? It's where's Jim Russell?
Yeah, having stalkers. This is great.
Yes, I am.
Okay, we'll take it.
Oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
But I'd say we'll take the 100K if they go undefeated. Someone screenshot that. They have work to do to go undefeated, though. Luca, thank you for the super. It says War Eagle and Go Pods. Both my teams looking great. So Auburn in the Final Four. Man, Jim, 4 1 seeds in the Final Four.
Cancel the tournament.
All the good teams are still good.
Yeah, all the 1 seeds are in. All the best teams in the country are in. Cancel everything. I mean, the point of the whole thing is the 1 seeds theoretically have like the easiest path and
are the best teams.
And they're the best teams. So if they make it to the Final Four, it shouldn't be viewed as something that's bad. Right. They're a 1 seed for a reason.
What am I supposed to make, though? Talk to me about this for 30 seconds. What am I supposed to make of this guy tweeting out that Magoon Guath is considering a return to San Diego State, in addition to having Zoom calls with Kentucky and Michigan?
I'm surprised you haven't done an Aztec wrap-up show, because I know you and you need to talk about it, and you need to talk to somebody about it. You've been in the Aztec chat forums for like the last 2 hours.
How'd you know?
Because I see it, because I'm in it too. Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
We'll talk about it
on the radio. JD Gotcha, thank you. Says Marte started at DH, went to second defensively. That's how Ryan Nelson ended up in the game. It's still, you'd think they'd have someone else available off their bench.
Odd.
It is odd. Thank you, Cody.
I agree. Come back, Magoon.
All right, guys, join us. Let's do it again tomorrow night. Let's see if this team gets to 5-0. Actually, join us tomorrow on John and Jim. I love when we tell people about John and Jim, and they're like, "We have a radio show."
Like, huh?
That's bizarre. In addition to the wrap-up show, we have a weekday radio show on San Diego Sports 760. By the way, you can listen on the iHeartRadio app. And if you have the iHeartRadio app, put us in your presets. San Diego Sports 760 and John and Jim. You can listen to us live weekdays 2 to 6 on the radio. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen on the iHeartRadio app. And we will have Kevin Acee on the show tomorrow, believe it or not. So Kevin will join us to talk about this 4-0 start. And then, of course, we'll have a wrap-up show following game 1 of the series against, AM. That's right. AM radio. I love that.
There we go.
Oh, yeah. That's what Jeff was. I told you. He says he listens to us at 4 p.m. from the gym.
And goes to sleep.
Correct.
I legitimately was at a dog park too.
Oh, you probably put this all on social.
I didn't. I did not. Yeah, if this team continues to win, I mean, I'm going to have to be breaking down like, I don't know. Like, what am I breaking down if they continue to win? Because he'd be like, oh, everything's great.
Yeah, like, it'll be amazing. You're gonna have to like rip into Manny for going to SDFC games.
I'm like, it's like in my DNA to like have to rip somebody. I'm like, this guy sucks. They're like 17-2.
It's so true. Real quick before we wrap up here, bit of a shameless plug.
I was in the bathroom for a long time tonight. If you know, you know.
What?
I was dropping a Dodger.
What is going on? Oh my gosh. Real quick, guys, we do have wrap-up show merchandise for you, including Grit Squad merchandise. Grit Squad, John and Jim, and wrap-up show merchandise available to you right now. If you're wondering how to find that merchandise, I just put a link in the live chat. I saw Jim.
No, I wasn't Sad Fryer.
It's ridiculous. So ridiculous. Seriously. If you support the channel, check out the merch. I just put the link in the live chat. It's in the description down below as well. Ryan Schimpf is going to the game tomorrow.
It's the Ryan Schimpf enjoyer.
Moises saw you at Lake Como today.
I just got back.
Dude, we might need a shirt. I love that.
I saw Jim at. We'll sell 2. And me and John will be the ones that buy it.
Yeah, it'll be John and Jim and Jeff, apparently. We'll be wearing that shirt around town.
So funny. I'm like, dude, let's make a shirt. And then we made a shirt. We're like, this is going to sell.
These shirts never freaking sell. It's like, could someone buy something off this damn freaking website?
It's like 10 people that have shirts.
Dude,
we get hundreds and hundreds of people watching us every night.
Why is it that Mr. Beast is freaking hawking merch, right? He's moving
because our stuff sucks.
I've said this for years. Someone designed something cool for John and Jim. I know there's a graphic designer in here live or in replay. Design something cool. We'll sell it. You can freaking have the revenue.
Yes, if you're a graphic designer out there, and we've had some actually that reach out to us
all the time.
We need a mock-up, all right, of like a John and Jim logo shirt.
No, but it's got to say something. It's got to be like a cool saying.
Okay.
Like banana bread pudding, John and Jim logo.
No, that makes no sense.
That's why I'm not good at this. That's why we don't move any merch.
Yeah, I'm literally making shit on like Canva. I'm like, this is just stupid.
Wait, now Jeff's a designer. This is great. Jeff does everything.
Oh, awesome. It's great.
He listens, he podcasts, he's freaking on the wrap-up show. He does.
Yes, I would love a cartoon likeness of John and Jim.
Thank you.
I don't know how to do
like
that.
The Dream Team, the 92 Dream Team.
Okay.
They had cartoons of those guys. Okay, he's going. Here's the thing. Here's the deal. What is it? Padres wrap-up show @gmail.com. Email us.
Yeah, a bogey. Now
You got designs, email us. Padres wrap-up show @gmail.com.
Okay. Yeah, if you're a designer
the back
out there,
of Jim's head.
Yeah. And if we don't use your stuff, don't be mad at us. We just
because we probably won't.
We want to see.
Okay.
Okay.
What is going on? All right.
This is now turned into a bit.
It makes no sense.
Where
Support
did
our
you see Jim?
sponsors. I saw Jim at Mark Nimitz Farmers Insurance or whatever. All right. Support Mark, our title sponsor. Click the link in the description down below if you have an insurance need. Trust me, he's going to save you time and money. Mova Globes. Promo code PWS10. Get 10% off. Mova Globes. Promo code PWS10. Click the link in the description down below. Underdog Fantasy, scan that QR code or click the link in the description down below. I just banged it to my microphone with the Mova Globe. Use promo code PODSWRAP. Get a free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match at Underdog. Use promo code PODSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. We are officially off the rails, folks.
So it happens when there's just like nothing bad to talk about.
Before we go real quick, because I feel like, do you want to run through the schedule? If anyone missed the Padres schedule?
All right. So here's the schedule. All right. If you missed
See you
it,
tomorrow at 2 p.m.
here it
Thanks,
is.
guys.